Welcome back, all you sports and gambling fans out there. Today we're doing some more NCAA betting coverage. And joining me here, Dave Golkov, our very own SBR contributor. The game we're looking at here is the Xavier Musketeers going up against the Butler Bulldogs. All right, let's kick it off with Xavier first. Now, they've had plenty of time to rest, as their last game was this past Saturday, where they beat the Creighton Blue Jays in a very close fashion, 74-73. And they come into this game having won 5 of their last 8 games. So, Dave, what do you expect to see from this team in this particular matchup?
Yeah, this is a matchup of offense versus defense. And when you take a look at Xavier, they bring the offense to the table. This is a team that actually led the Big East in shooting. They were the best shooting team in the conference. I mean, they didn't win the conference, so it's kind of odd sometimes when you see a team that's 9-9, in the conference have one skill set that's so good. They hit 47.7% of their shots. They're top 25 in that category in the nation. They're a lights out offensive team. The issue is more on the defensive end, and that's why this is one of those classic matchups of offense versus defense. I mean, when you take a look, again, the flip side of it is when you have a team who's top 25 in the country, leads the conference in one category, yet is just 9-9 overall, 19-12, overall record, 9-9 in the conference. You can tell that something is wrong with the other side of the court, and that's what Xavier is. So if Xavier wins this game, it's basically because they dictate the pace, and they make this sort of a run and gun type of a shootout. I think that is what they want to do, whereas Butler, who doesn't shoot nearly as well, especially the 2-point shots. They definitely don't want to see any type of a shootout in this one.
Right. All right, now as for the Bulldogs, now they also had plenty of time to rest, as their last game was this past Saturday, excuse me. And they beat the Providence Friars 68-64. Now they too have won 5 of their last 8 games. The deal is these two teams already played this regular season twice, and they split a win apiece. Butler won the first match on January the 10th, 88-76, while Xavier won the next one on February the 21st, 73-56. So it kind of looks like it's going to be a very even match in this case, Dave. Now, if Butler wants to win this one, what are they going to have to do?
Well, they'll have to get their shooting percentages up a little bit. I mentioned they're not shooting great, especially the twos. 9th in the Big East in that category, 202nd overall in the country. That's a concern, especially when Xavier is known as a quality offensive team. Butler is going to have to hit some threes to support their lack of quality from 2. But overall, I mean, if you're betting Butler in this game, which as you'll see we are, really you're just looking at the other side of the coin for Xavier. Yes, the offense is good, but the defense ranked 8th in the Big East, 3 main shooting-based categories for defense. Shooting percentage, 2 points, 3 points, 8 is not particularly strong. So Butler is a good defensive team, and really it's this. It's interesting. This is a matchup that I think a lot of people go into this saying, how's Xavier's offense going to do against Butler's defense? Well, I think the crux of this game will be the opposite. It's going to be how Butler's offense does against Xavier's defense. It's really how the two weaknesses match up, I think, is where this game will be decided. And I think Butler can do enough at the offensive end to get the job done here. So that's part of why I'm going with the Bulldogs.
All right, now the Bulldogs, they're only minus 1.5 to minus 2-point favorites, and so far when they've been favored by 1 to 7 points, they've gone an even 5-5. But at least they are 17-12 against the spread overall for the season, while Xavier is just 14-15-1. So, I think we've already established that Butler is the clear-cut pick here. Do you really think that they can cover the 1.5 points?
Yeah, I'm going to throw some stats right back at you there, buddy. As a neutral court favorite of 3 or less, Butler has covered 10 of 12. I think that's a telling stat here. And you take a look at Xavier, they've kind of hit the skids of late. I think you mentioned they've won, 5 of 8. On a smaller scale, they've actually dropped 2 of 3, losing to St. John's, losing to Villanova. I think that, and then of course, the 1-point win against Creighton, not particularly impressive. I do like Butler in this spot. You take a look at how Xavier has played against teams with a winning record of late. They've covered just 4 of their last 12 against teams with a winning record. So some stats pointing us to Butler, and just overall analysis, I think Butler's defense does enough to slow Xavier's offense, and I think their offense is going to do pretty well against a Xavier defense that is not particularly strong.
All right, Dave, good stuff, man. Thanks for all the insights here, the pick, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Everyone else, don't forget to check back with us tomorrow for some more sports coverage and your free picks. Till then, for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.